Blessed everyone, and peace be upon you this morning. So in this video, we're going to learn how to configure EtherChannel using LACP protocol, link aggregation control protocol. Okay, so in the previous video, we learned how to configure EtherChannel using PAGP, port aggregation protocol, which is Cisco proprietary. It's for Cisco devices. But for link aggregation control protocol, it's a standard protocol. It can be used by any product. Okay. All right. So before doing that, let us be aware that we're in day 7 also, because we did for PGP. Now we're doing for LACP. Okay. All right. So, and after that, I'll open our notepad as our normal culture, where I highlight the steps through which you're going to follow to achieve the objective, right? So LACP EtherChannel configuration. The steps: draw the necessary topology, decorate and comment. Guys, I've done that. You can see I have how many switches? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 switches, and I've done the comments. As you can see, the protocol is a LACP, channel group number between the switches and the mod. Okay, so for LACP, let me open just then PPT so that you can learn something about LACP. You can see it's a standard IEEE is a standard protocol. Okay, and it has 3 modes. We can 4 modes, I mean: on, active, passive, and off. So we normally use active and passive. So when one side is passive, the other side should be active. When one side is active, the other side should be active or passive, but not passive. Okay, so you see this small table: active. If this one side is active, it will form. Active, passive, it will form. Passive, active, it will form, but not passive, right? All right, and this sample way of configuring LACP. So let's go back to our packet tracer and do the configuration. So here in step 2, it says that to identify trunk links and configure LACP group, channel group number and mode. Guys, in this topology, we start from channel group number 1. We start with this switch. So any link between the switches should be trunk. All right. And before doing that, make sure that this switch here is 3650 switch, 36, not 35. There are 2 similar layer 3 switches here. Okay, so make sure that this is 3650 24 port switch. Okay, not 3550, right? Okay, all right. Then after that one, just go to that switch and turn it on. Remember, the power adapter has not been connected, so just connect it, and with the time this will turn green. So let's start our journey of configuring LACP protocol on this topology. So let's start with channel group number 1. So these 3 links, 1, 2, 3 on this switch 1 and switch 2 should be trunk. Okay, so as here says, identify trunk links, configure LACP channel group number and mode. So the 3 of them. So let me just identify them. It's FA3, FA2, and FA1. So you just go to this switch and you come to CLI, enable config T. So interface range, because there are 3 interfaces and we want to configure same parameters, FA1/3. I mean FA0/1 to 3. Okay, then we assign channel group here. Assign channel group number and mode. And note here, both sides should have the same channel group numbers. Mode can only be active or active passive or active, but not passive. Very important. Okay, so let's create the channel group. We just say we are in step 2. Yes, we are in step 2. How do we create channel group? We just say channel group 1. Okay, group 1, because it's indicated here, channel group 1, okay, and mode to be let's make it active, and the other side to be passive or active, okay, and hit enter. Okay, exit. We finish on this switch first before we can go to the other switch. Then the other step tells us that enter the port channel number created and configure it as trunk. So we've created a channel group number 1. So it forms a port channel interface port channel 1. So just say interface port channel 1. Okay. Then switch port mode to be trunk. Okay. Exit, and we just done. Do right. If you just say do show either channel, you see it's group 1, 3 ports are here, and the mode is protocol, I mean, is LACP. Okay, all right, so let's go to this switch and configure this one to be channel group number 1 and mode to be passive, because this side was active. Okay, all right, so it's 1 6, that's 6, 5 and 4. So 4 to 6. Enable config T. So interface range FA0/4 to 6. Okay. We say channel group 1 mode can be active or passive, because this side was active. So active will form, active passive will form, but not passive. Okay, so let's make it passive because the other side was active. Okay, exit, and now we enter port channel 1. Okay, we've bundled the 3 interfaces into a logical channel, which is called port channel interface port channel 1. Okay, and we hit enter, and what do we say? Switch port mode to be trunk, and we hit enter, exit, and we are done configuring either channel between switch 1 and switch 2. So let's do between switch 2 and multi-layer switch 1. Okay, all right, so I'll click on switch 2 and configure for group 2 mode to be active passive. Okay, and now these interfaces are you see, this is FA3, FA2, I think it's from FA1 to, I believe it's from FA1 to FA3, yes. So I just enter interface range FA1 to 3. Okay, you just say channel group 2 be directed by the comments. Okay, be directed by the comments. Mode to be let's make this set to be passive. Okay, or active, no problem, so that the other side we make it active or passive. Okay, all right, so we exit and enter that logical interface, which is interface port channel 2, the logical interface that we've created by bundling FA1, 2 and 3. Okay, so interface port channel, you can also see it creating port channel interface port channel 2. Okay, all right, so let's enter this interface and make it to be trunk. So we just say switch port mode to be trunk, and we hit enter, exit, and do right. So if you say do show either channel, you will see we have group 1 and group 2. Group 1 takes 3 ports LACP, same as group 2. Okay, all right, so let's go to this multi-layer switch 1 and configure either channel on the 3 interfaces. Okay, all right, so the interfaces are gig 1 to gig 103. Okay, so just say no, enable config T, and now interface range gig 1/0/1 to 3. Okay, all right, then we make them to be channel group 2 because they are connecting to switch 2. Okay, just say channel group 2 mod to be this side was let me confirm, this side was active, so let's make that side active or passive, because active will form, so let's make it passive. Okay, exit. Then we enter the port channel number 2. Okay, so we just say interface port channel number 2, switch port mode to be trunk, and you hit enter, exit. Then we proceed to configure channel group number 3 between multi-layer switch 1 and switch 3. So this interface, there are 3 interfaces, although they seem like 2 interfaces, but there are 3 interfaces. So this is from F4 to let me confirm from this side, yes, and this one is F5. So from 4 to 5, so we just say interface gig 1/0/4 to 5 to 6, I mean, okay, right? Interface range, that one. Okay, then we say channel group number 3. Okay, multi-layer switch 1 and switch 3, so just say channel group number 3 mode to be, I want the mode to be let's say active. Okay, and we hit enter, exit. Then we go to port channel interface port channel number 3 and configure it as trunk. Okay, so interface port channel number 3, we just say switch port mode to be trunk, and we are done. Do right and do show either channel. Do show either channel. Yes. So you see, we had group 2 and group 3, both using 3 interfaces and LACP. You see this switch here, it was in group 2 and group 3. So let's you can see all of them are formed either channel, all of the interfaces are in forwarding state. Okay, so let's go to this switch and configure these 3 as port channel group number 3. Okay, if you want to 3. So when I go to this switch, enable config T, interface range FA0/1 to 3, channel group number 3. Okay, you be directed by the comment that we've written here. Then mode to be passive, because the other side was active. Okay, all right, so exit. Now if you come here, you just say interface just a little bit. Yes, we want to interface port channel number 3, interface port channel number 3, switch port mode to be trunk, exit. Okay, now let's create either channel between this switch and this switch finally. And now I want it to make it to be active because we've been making them active passive all along. So let's make this to be active. Okay, all right, so I'll go to the interfaces are FA1, FA6, FA4 and 5. Yes, so from 4 to 6. So interface range FA0/4 to 6, we just say channel group 4. Now this one, okay, 4 mode to be active. Okay, exit. Then interface port channel 4. Okay, switch port mode to be trunk, exit. And if you can just say do right, then do show EtherChannel. You see, we had group 3 and group 4 on switch 3. Okay, alright, using LACP. Now finally, let's go to this switch here and configure EtherChannel to form between switch 3 and switch 4. So these interfaces are FA1 to FA3, I believe. I'm always consistent on the interfaces. Okay, alright, so we just say enable config then interface range FA0/1 to 3. Then we say channel group group 4 mode to be I want it to be active. This side was active, I want this side to be active, because we said active forms, active passive forms, passive active forms, but not passive. Okay, mode to be active, and hit enter. Okay, exit. Then we go to interface port channel of 4, switch port mode to be trunk, and hit enter. Exit and do it. So let's give it some time. The EtherChannel will be formed between switch 4 and switch 3. Okay, all right. Okay, now as you can see, they have formed EtherChannel between them, right? So basically I go back to our Google spreadsheet, I mean, and mark that as done. Okay, so tomorrow we go to the next topic. Okay, all right, so thank you so much, guys. I believe this video has really helped you now to configure EtherChannel using LACP and know how to alternate the modes and the channel group numbers. Okay, so bye. Please subscribe to my channel, like my video, share with friends, and drop a comment below. Thank you so much, and bye.